Good afternoon guys, and welcome to a new series here on the channel. Happy New Year, and hopefully you've had a great Christmas. But we've partnered with Takomo Golf, as you can see here, and we're going to be doing some different shots out all over the country.
A few countries,
filming the Nxt100, so golf courses from 100 to 200, and today we're here at Gullen, so Gullen number 2 to be precise. We're going to be talking now about a bunker shot. So each week I'm going to be asking the pro at the shop or the assistant, what is the hardest shot on your golf course? And around here, because it's links golf, it's been mentioned that bunkers are, again, a tough challenge on links golf. We're going to show you two different shots today, a short-sided bunker shot and then how to play a longer bunker shot. So let's get straight into that now. So guys, very much a link shot here. You can see a riveted face, you can see not the biggest of bunkers, it's rolled up towards the face. When you hit it, it all falls and stays pretty close to the front. So we need to think about how we're going to play this shot first, and that's what we're going to talk through first now. Again, a short-sided relatively shot here. We've got to think about what golf ball we are using. We are using the Seed SD02, which does compare to a Pro V1X and a TP5X. So it's a 4-piece ball. We're going to get a lot of spin around the greens. You'll see on screen that is exactly, it's the max spin around the greens. You need to think about what golf ball you are using. You'll see that there are other ranges that we're going to go through on this series from Seed, where you'll have to think about your landing angle and what kind of shot you play. But because I know this has got a lot of spin, it is a little bit downwind, I still need to get this launching high. So it's then thinking about what loft are you going to use. I'm going to be using the 56 degree here with 12 degrees of bounce from the Takomo Skyforger wedges. James is going to be using the 60 degree. As we all know, James is a big fan. So again, fantastic, affordable wedges, and that's what this series is about. Affordable golf balls, affordable golf clubs, which could get you out here playing this kind of golf course. But once I'm in here, I've got to make sure, even on links golf, that I'm getting my ball position correct. I'm getting my feet down into the sand. The weather's not fantastic today, it is wet sand. We still want to be using the bounce on the golf club to be able to get it up and out. Again, once I've got my club in here, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open that club face. I'm going to open it nice and wide, and then I'm going to take my grip. So the first thing, like I say, is we open it up first and then take the grip. We don't stand here and then open the club face, because you'll see I'll have a very strong grip. If I have a very strong grip, that's going to encourage me to close down that face, and more than likely we're going to hit straight into this bunker face and leave it in here. So once it's open and we've took our grip, the one big thing we start to see from here, the big fear, is obviously that lip in front. And we often see people fall back into that position. Yes, it's out, you'll probably be cheering, at least I'm out, I can now putt from there. But we've done the classic, and I'm going to slow down that video now, which you can see at the side of me, and what I've done there is fallen back. I've fallen back, I've tried to help the golf ball into the air, and that's why I've hit a long way behind that. I've drop kicked it and I've hit it straight into the face. So one thing we need to make sure is when I'm into this position, my weight to my sternum is ahead, and that's what we're going to do throughout the swing. My sternum is going to stay ahead. I'm going to make sure that I release that loft and release that club down into the golf ball, so we're presenting the loft to help it up. I don't want to be falling back to help that up. And that's why the pros here said obviously it's getting out of the bunkers that is key to getting a good score around a golf course like this here at Gullen too. So weight left, I've opened the face, I've took my grip. From there, make sure we release that club head. So guys, they're the setup things that you need to do to make sure you get out of these bunkers. We have a little bit of a competition now with James Robinson. We're going to start to play one to the flag, and then we're going to put the Seed golf balls out and play a longer bunker shot, and James is going to tell you exactly how he plays those.
Right now, Chris has had a couple of practice goes at this. We will have a nearest the pin. So one thing I like to really do here as well is obviously just assess the lie, make sure you've got plenty of sand underneath the ball. So obviously when you do put your feet in, you're going to try and lower yourself, lower your centre of gravity, and then use that bounce, especially on these Skyforger wedge where there's lots of it. Right. Plenty of loft, plenty of speed. And that was absolutely gorgeous. I dare say that's finished exactly where yours has, Chris.
I think mine was actually a little bit closer.
Right, well you can go again now because you've picked yours up.
Right, in we come.
You can see a really nice strike there on that wedge as well, and nice and high out the face. We're not trying to get this low on the face, trying to use that loft nicely. It's a great start to the new year for Robinson at that.
I mean, it had plenty of spin on it again. I knew exactly what that ball would do. It spun up nicely. If I was going for the seed balls, that would have been perfect. 1-0 Robinson. I will go first now for the golf balls.
One thing to think about there is the wind as well. You can obviously hear it on the audio, guys. It's a really windy day today. It's probably a calm day actually here.
Probably.
Number 2, but
It is, yes, right.
so we're now aiming for the seed SD02 box, which is where Chris is positioned. Same loft?
Same loft. Again, just going to go a little bit longer swing here, which will give me more speed.
Oh, that's delightful. He's almost put the ball back in the box.
And that could stink me.
Great
Back
shot.
level.
That's unbelievable. I thought I was talking through how we were going to play it, but I'll leave you to it there. So one thing I'd do here, and Chris mentioned it really well, is probably I'd use a little bit less loft. I'll go with the 60 because I've got it in my hand, but less loft and a little bit. I'm not generally going to go more club head speed. I'm not going to try and hit it harder because that's a really difficult way of trying to make sure you get the right distance. But I'm going to go swing length. I'm going to swing a little bit longer. So if you imagine that clock face, instead of going to 8 o'clock, I might go to 9 o'clock. With that lead arm, it's a nice way of thinking about it. I still need to make sure I'm going to get the loft. It's still going to have to be aerial and have some landing angle to avoid this big riveted face. Can we beat that? Go on.
It took a very favourable bounce.
It did take a favourable. You know what? You're going to take both of those all day though, aren't you? Just trying to keep to your basics, keep it simple. I think I might have won that on the angle if we go down there and have a look.
To have a look. Again, a convincing victory on the first one. But guys, like we said, a big thank you to Takomo and Seed. Very affordable brands, but also performing well. We can play all the shots with those. And I think, unfortunately, the rules official would say maybe it is just James. So guys, we will see you next week at our next 100 to 200 golf course and pick the hardest shot.